back as Barnet get the second half underway. The equation for them simple enough. They have to score 4 goals in 45 minutes to stay in the Football League. Now a chance for Gower. Tom's on the far side. Held in towards Richards. Little knockdown for Purser. Couldn't control it first time. Back for Stockley. Oh, good save. Paul Holmes getting it away, but Sam Stockley coming desperately close then. Curry. Held in towards Purser. Oh, and it's an own goal! It's an own goal from Ryan Green. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Barnet back in it, I wonder. Curry will get a second opportunity to deliver the cross. Jones is up for it. Oh, he lost it. Has he got it back again? Still the ball bobbling around. Darren Curry. Torquay with virtually everyone back behind the ball. Jones coming, making a good take. Well, it's been poked in. Surely that's a foul. Well, it's not been given. It has not been given, and Wayne Purser has got a second for Barnet. Well, ball though, cut out by Mick O'Brien. Gale calling for it through the middle. Goalkeeper's come a long way. Well, Naismith a little fortunate. There's a handball there, surely. Well, that clearly came off Danny Naismith's arm then. Referee presumably deciding it was accidental. He's got Gale in the middle. Better might fancy his chances here. Oh, John Gale with a chance. Oh, well, that could so easily have finished it. Gale a little casual with the finish. Torquay fans beginning to celebrate. We're into the final minute of normal time. Will then be just a question of what Mr. Beebe adds on for stoppages. Barnet must surely know now that time is heading away. There is the final whistle. Torquay United stay in Division 3, but it's heartbreak for Barnet. Well, the Torquay players and manager Colin Lee embracing celebration. They've done the job. They did it really in the first half, but you've got to give credit to Barnet for the way they came back after the break. Torquay fans can afford to celebrate. The long journey back to Devon will not seem long at all for them. You get the feeling that they'll be celebrating long into the night.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, I must admit, when they got back to 3-2, but I always had in the back of my mind that they still needed to score 2 goals, so I was disappointed with the second goal, really, because I felt that the goalkeeper was impeded, but thankfully that had no effect on the result. But you know, the first half performance was an excellent performance by the team. It was fully under control. There was some very good passing over the top and some excellent finishing, and to go in 3-0 was something we didn't expect.
Seen it through so far. Now, Mike Bateson has made it plain that he'd like you to stay on next season. I mean, what are the chances of that?
Well, I mean, I've always been very, very upfront with everyone, and I came down to do a job, and thankfully I've done that job now. In football, you just don't know. I mean, I would like to manage and coach at the high level, at the highest level if I could, and if I'm given that opportunity, I must say I will take that opportunity. It'll have to be right, it'll have to be the right club. But if nothing comes along and the Torquay job's still available, then there's no reason why I couldn't stay at the football club.
I get the feeling that you're warming to it a little bit.
Over the moon, and now I can have a decent weekend and a decent summer. Because it would have been a really bad one if it had gone down.
First half it was brilliant, really happy, but the second half it was just so nerve-wracking. I just nearly threw up, I think.
Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, it was so exciting. You couldn't have wrote it any better. Everybody did well, the crowd were fantastic, and couldn't believe it. I never watched the last 10 minutes. I just couldn't watch it, but it was great, fantastic.
My stomach was in knots all day and all afternoon until the very final whistle. I wasn't sure we were going to do it until the end, but it was worth the wait. It was absolutely brilliant.
Amazing day at the bottom of the Football League yesterday. The big man was at Underhill to watch, as was Tom Skippings.
A 5,000 capacity crowd at Underhill. Barnet had to win to stay in the Football League. Torquay only needed a draw. Amazingly, the game was not made all ticket, and with the ground full half an hour before kick-off, hundreds were locked outside. The Barnet fans confident of surviving, but luck seemed against them as early as the first minute, when goalkeeper Lee Harrison picked up a leg injury and could take no further part in the game. And worse was to follow when Torquay took the lead after 10 minutes through Jason Rees. But Rees's joy was short-lived. Minutes later, he went over on an ankle and became stretcher victim number 2. 25 minutes in, it was 2-0 Torquay, Kevin Hill the goal scorer. 5 minutes before half-time, Barnet were awarded a penalty when Torquay defender Jimmy Agri handled in the area. But Darren Curry couldn't pull Barnet back into the game. The penalty miss proved to be the turning point. A couple of minutes later, David Graham made it 3-0 Torquay. There looked no way back for Barnet. The home fans were given a glimmer of hope when Ryan Green turned the ball into his own net a quarter of an hour into the second half. And the prospect of a sensational comeback grew when Torquay keeper Stuart Jones failed to claim a cross and Wayne Purser pounced to make it 3-2. 15 minutes left, Barnet still needed to score twice more to survive. But they couldn't produce any more goals. It's Torquay who preserved their third division status, Barnet relegated to the conference. Their 10-year association with the Football League is over.
Devastated, that's still the word. We were right for today. The win was going to play an important part, as it's shown, and we probably got off to the worst possible start, losing our goalkeeper, conceding a goal, missing a penalty. You know, probably got off to the worst start.
I feel absolutely delighted. I mean, for everyone at Torquay, everyone involved, the players. I must admit, stood here just thinking about what might be happening in the Barnet change room. You know, I feel obviously a little bit for them, but you know, I think we deserve to win that football match.
But one thing's for sure, as I said before the game, the club has done nothing but fight since I've been here. It now needs to fight to get Football League status back, and I believe that's what we'll do.
Fraser Robertson doing a good impression of Tom Skippings there. It was an emotional day, I think we can safely say.
Yeah, it was a sad day. It wasn't nice to be there. You know, beforehand I looked upon it and I thought, what a fantastic game, you know, the ultimate playoff. But once you're there, you feel so much for the supporters, the players. Talking to John Still afterwards, and you can feel for them, because you know that pit in the stomach that you get when you lose as a manager, that it's even 10 times worse for them.
Yeah.
And it was just, the first 45 minutes was an absolute nightmare. You know, everything that you don't want to happen for Barnet happened yesterday. And then, even though they were 2-0 down, there was a chance for them to get back into it.
With a penalty.
Oh, because if you watch Jimmy Agri, the Torquay defender, what's all that about? You know, he sides 2-0 up, and all of a sudden he's just basketball player, but then Darren Curry, Stuart Jones in the goal for Torquay, guesses the right way. He said he's got a good record on penalties, and this is the goal that finally clinched it, really, because they won 3-2. David Graham for Torquay put them 3-0 up. They went straight to the other end and scored that goal from the penalty. And then next to
well, if you're a player, you think that's fate when you
I was going to say,
you miss that penalty, you think this is over now.
But I was going to say, on a day like that, it's so much of it. I'm sorry, is written in the stars, isn't it? And you know, you can do what you like, but